these like the first and the third game, but they got cocky and they picked it. And then the weird part, the next weird part for me is when they saw the Sven Lina and they picked a Morphling into it.
Yeah.
And
well, you actually, you said that at the time.
Yeah, and to me, that's like super bad. Like, it's just straight up not a good idea. I don't feel like they kind of just set themselves up to fail like 2 lanes already. And then what ended up happening was they lost every single lane.
Well, who stood out for you individually on J.Storm, Samael? I know you know and love all the players. Who do you think was the danger man? Who was the MVP?
Fear, I think. You know, I'll just say Fear. It was the safest bet to say. Yeah, but then again, I think it was a huge draft loss. Actually, finally, we have a game where team with a better draft just stomped the game, you know. Winning 3 lanes in Dota has been, like, I don't think I've seen any team recently actually make a comeback after losing 3 lanes that hard, you know. So, yeah, they just dominated all 3 lanes, and yeah, the game was easy after that.
This patch is pretty hard. I think if you lose 3 lanes, it's easier to just like push the tempo, you know, take a road, go high ground. Like by the time they went high ground, like I don't think unless Serenity used every spell on like 5 J.Storm heroes clouded up into one little bubble, I think that's like the only way they win. So if they don't have any damage, they'll use every spell on one hero, and it won't be enough.
And we did get a couple of moments from that Lina Sven, you know, synergy that we talked about as well on the broadcast. I think it's only the 2nd time we've actually seen both a Lina and a Sven get through. Do you think in the final draft for the deciding game, you know, the Lina's going to go again?
I think every team is both teams are gonna stick to their bans. So I think they don't want, Serenity doesn't want to give away Enigma again.
Sure.
Because I don't know if they've actually scrimmed against Enigma in China or here. I don't think, I think all NA teams just auto-ban it. And I don't know if in China people ban it or not. But I think Enigma, Dusa, and Terrorblade maybe Terrorblade will get swapped out because I'm not. I never really viewed J.Storm as a Terrorblade team. Like I don't really think.
The draft has started, Arthur, so I'll just cut you off there. And obviously, I think we're bringing Bulber in as well. No change to the Serenity bans. The Enigma's out, the Terrorblade's out, the Medusa's out, and the same again for J.Storm. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, my bad. Bane introduced to the bans here.
Bane was banned after the first game.
Yeah.
Troll, first pick again.
So, what did they answer last time? They picked Enigma, so now there's no Enigma. Maybe they'll pick Abaddon +1.
They can also open Necro, 3-lane hero. I think it's really good versus Troll.
Abaddon Necro coming up?
Yeah, Abaddon Necro. Just pick Abaddon.
They should pick Abaddon.
I think if they have Abaddon, it's really easy for Mars to play Dota. It's really easy for J.Storm to play. I mean, I'm not saying he can't play other heroes, but I think his Abaddon is on point. Well, that's what I'm trying to say here.
As Bulber himself said, and you heard him there, so we could bring him in. That Abaddon definitely getting things done. It's been really good for J.Storm.
Sven Lina.
Great opening, very stable.
Abaddon Necro was not picked there. Bulba?
Yeah.
Bulba.
I'm not sure why they didn't. If Serenity, I mean, I think the first 3 picks in the last game were fine. I think the Shaker was honestly fine. I feel like the last 2 by Serenity just kind of ruined everything. I agree with Arturo about the Morphling. I think there was a lot better picks, especially, you know, they have like they had Necro, Sven, and Lina, and they knew that J.Storm loves going aggro tri-lane every game. So they need to, and this game they did. They want to win their lanes with this Troll. I wonder what they're going to pick after. Last time they picked the Wyvern. Obviously, they don't need to pick the Wyvern this game. Biggest thing is Raji's going to be like, he wants to play the Shaker.
Yeah, I don't think they should lose faith in Shaker, especially their Troll now, to actually enable him. Because I think that's the missing part, right? Last draft, they actually don't have strong enough cores to enable Shaker, in my opinion. Like Shaker Kanka, you know, it's not the strongest.
Yeah, Morphling.
Dual Morphling Shaker, same. So now they've Trolled, they should just stick with Shaker, in my opinion. Raji have been playing a really mean Shaker, you know, for the entire series. So just because they lost 1 game, they shouldn't lose confidence, I think.
They should pick Oracle, man.
Yeah, Oracle is also a really good pick, but
no, why?
I just lost again.
Yeah, and I know it just as when we start to think about, okay, so they're going to go here and they're going to go here, and this makes sense. They just throw in that curveball. It's every team has done it on the main screen.
I mean, yeah, they really do. Like, you know, I just chimed in the conversation. I started throwing some ideas. I had 2 good ideas, and they just ran with the worst one.
Well, this time, when they picked Troll first pick, they banned Pugna and OD. And now they're focusing on...
They should ban Abaddon. It's really important to ban Abaddon. Okay.
Timbersaw.
They're being way too cocky here. Abaddon's also very good versus Wyvern. in the lane. You take off the Q.
You think March is going to pick Ogre though, Boba? I feel like he
No,
might want to
there's
play
no way.
Ogre this game.
There's no way.
I think if Jimmy is actually somewhat competent, he's gonna stop him from picking Ogre.
We'll find out shortly.
I saw March on the way to the bathroom. And,
Yeah.
And he said, "Hi, I'm like sick Abaddon."
That, no, what happened?
Great, that's a great pep talk.
Yeah.
that's
No, that's like a hype, you know. He's
yeah,
like, "Holy
no, I
shit."
get it, man. Now your whole coaching career, it all makes sense.
You know, our tour needs a lot of pep talk, you know.
No, I know that. I watched this guy stream, dude.
Yeah.
Baby rage.
Emotional person. Very
Sure is.
emotional.
Our tour needs a hug right now, man.
What?
I mean, Sumo did give you the free one-on-one win too.
Yeah, I needed it. My confidence.
No, I don't think I gave it to him. I just think he's a superior mid player.
Oh,
Might see some changes in the future for EG, you know? Good things are not looking too good.
Veno ban, guys.
Hello?
But yeah, Richard, I do think like you know, a lot of fans have been waiting to see our tour play mid again, and it could happen.
I know they've been teasing this, and after that 1v1, you know,
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
It's ready.
Maybe. I mean, the thing about our tour is I've known him for a long time, and he really loves his fans, and he would go out of his way just to like make them happy. So maybe
stream every day, 24/7.
Yeah, maybe if you guys tweet at him, he might switch to mid. I'm also like I was a big fan of him when he played mid. Carry not so much. So
yeah, use the hashtag please stream RTZ.
Yeah.
Don't
Make
spam
sure
my
you add
Twitter,
him.
guys. Spam his Twitter. Oh, everyone follow Bulba on Twitter. Actually.
Bulba Dota, right?
Yeah, Bulba Dota underscore. Is that right, Bulba?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. Bulba, show Bulba some love.
Thank
All
you.
right, well,
Oh, Abaddon.
there it is.
Wow. The game's over.
March, the boss.
Well, you know, you said they were being cocky by not banning it.
They are. I mean, this hero is like they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna go probably tri-lane. They might go. They might not tri-lane aggro this game because they're versatile. But regardless, like putting the Abaddon in lane versus the Wyvern is really good because Wyvern can't really use his Q if Abaddon gets shield. So
Yeah.
Surely they must have seen this coming, though, right? Like,
Yeah, they must have a plan.
and they're gonna
Yeah.
pick the Necro as well, probably on 4th pick.
what if their plan is to steal Necro right here? I
What
don't
would
know.
what
I
would
don't
be
know.
the benefit
I mean,
of that?
I
don't know
don't
what the
even
benefit is.
remember March playing anything other than Ogre Abaddon, and he's losing every game on Ogre. So, just why would you not ban Abaddon over TB?
Oh, it's
TB, you
crazy.
mean Timbersaw?
No, like first phase ban it. You know, like
Oh, first phase.
Yeah, yeah.
it's weird. ET
Instead of
is it good versus the Hero Star tour?
I mean, I guess I thought Abaddon is actually good against CT because you ulti when he you use your ulti while he ults and then you can shield someone off and then basically save 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same
I'll
same with
take it.
Ravage, right? Like you Ravage someone,
Yeah,
you
then
take it off and take it off your carry too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In
I see.
theory,
Stomp.
What?
Like the stomp, right?
Yeah,
you
the
take
stomp,
off the
the Echo
stomp.
Stomp.
Yeah, Echo Stomp.
Well, and you were right. You called it the Necro out for J.Storm. So Serenity with that Elder Titan pick, which as you heard our experts there saying that they don't think that's necessarily the best against Abaddon. What do you think, Bulba?
They picked the Elder Titan to secure the lane, I think. He wants to be able to secure Shadow's lane. The problem right now is like their support duo, it doesn't feel like what they've usually been running, you know? Like
I'm
they
just
have
gonna call it a Shadow Fiend pick here, Boba. So you can continue now.
Really?
I'm gonna call
Yeah.
Tinker. I'm gonna watch.
Shadow Fiend.
gonna
I'm
pick
calling
Tinker.
a Shadow Fiend.
Look at all these Hail
He's gonna-
Mary passes.
He's
Like,
Tinker.
come on, guys.
Tinker. What's the Tinker's
Tinker.
name in Dota 1? Bush?
Hush?
Bush.
Ush.
It's Bush.
Bush,
It's Bush.
right?
Diet Prophet.
What did, bro?
Bulba, what do you think of that?
I mean, he's good versus DP, and he's sorry, DP is good versus Necrophos, and he's good versus Abaddon. Not the best hero versus Lina, but and I do think like the mid player on this team, he has like 3 or 4 heroes he plays a lot. He plays Razor, Kunkka, and Death Prophet. And he used to play the same even before too, ZYD. And he used to play Mirana, but obviously now probably not anymore. So yeah, it looks like a comfort. And I think DP is really good versus Abaddon in game, and he's good versus Necro
I
too.
think, yeah, for the most part, they are just trying to counterpick the Necro. Because the silence is really strong versus Necro. I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah.
most Necros like to buy Eels anymore. They kind of buy Grief, so it's kind of a same thing. But they go Holy Locket first, so you have like a lot of time to actually just feed on this Necro with the silence.
Yeah. I think Serenity needs to last pick Puck to salvage this game.
It's the offlane guy, right?
Yeah, they need to pick Puck. If
Okay, let me think of what clowny hero
they've
this
been
guy's gonna
throwing
play.
every game with their offlaner, just like TI. They've been picking Ricky's and stuff at TI for some
Yo,
reason.
Boba, I really think it's a good Clockwork game, though.
It actually is a pretty juicy
It's
Clockwork
a
game.
very good Clockwork
It's a
game.
good, but I don't know if this guy plays it.
This guy's gonna ask for bounty again.
I mean, are people just trying to play heroes that are not good for the game to make it hard?
No, they
Like-
want to pick what they're good at.
Oh, okay.
That's like the biggest thing in this entire
Okay.
series. Stanking's banned. What?
Wow.
Oh, this is
Death
their-
Prophet?
No, this is the Serenity thing,
Oh,
dude.
yeah, the legendary
Mirana ET lane.
Yeah, Mirana ET completely crushes Abaddon.
They're the ones who
They picked
popularized it,
Mirana
right?
versus Abaddon.
Actually, that's right. They did.
Yeah.
I don't know
realized
about
that.
this.
Can we do that mobile?
R.
Uh,
So,
I think they're just trying to make themselves play better, you know. The game is so hard for them to actually execute now, so they are going to play with 100% focus in order to win.
Oh my god. That was such a good pick.
Why did you say? Yeah, all right, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just
both
saying, like, I
supports
didn't
can't
even
touch
see. I didn't see that the hero was still in the pool.
Oh, yeah. It was
All
an
right,
excellent
guys.
pick.
Well, look, thanks for your insight, Bulba. I'll let you go get ready. Thanks to you guys. And this is it. On Game of Thrones night, we are going to crown a champion here in Las Vegas. The bling is on the line. They're playing for the medallion. Who's going to win? Will it be Team Serenity or J.Storm? We're going to find out after the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the last time here as we are in Game 5 of the WSOE Championship. This is all on the line, 50 grand for the team that wins this game right here. Feels pretty good, huh, Moxie?
Oh my God, you've got to feel like this is so exciting. We have this final match coming up, full 5 games, super hype, and you know that the pressure is on right now. We're seeing a totally different draft coming out from the side of Team Serenity, and we're seeing a little bit more of a tradition, not even traditional, right? Something that's a little bit more familiar, a little bit more comfortable for the side of J.Storm, but you do have an Ember Spirit picked up, so that's a little bit different. How are you feeling, Boba? Do you think this is going to be, you know, an outplay? Or Team Serenity going to pull something out, or is that run back that J.Storm got, is that going to be it so that they can clinch it out?
I mean, I'll be honest, after game 1, I thought Serenity would just outclass J.Storm the entire, you know, the finals. I thought it would be a quick 3-0. They felt like a better team, but J.Storm's really recovered. And, you know, they've played really well, especially last game. So I'm definitely interested to see, like, you know, now it's like both teams really understand each other really well. It's game 5. However, I do feel J.Storm, like, the big mistake Serenity did is they gave March his hero again, which is the Abaddon. He's had won every game with it. And I also feel like this is a free Ember game. Like, it's so hard for them to kill this Ember, especially if March gets his spells off, because the only way they can really kill him is with the Wyvern ult into an arrow at some point, or he just misplays. And I just don't know if it's happened. But regardless, like, the draft predictions today have been a little bit iffy. So anything can happen, right? It's Dota.
Right. I was really surprised that they allowed the Abaddon to slip through. That's just one of those heroes that March was just doing so much work on. It would have been maybe a little bit better if they had forced him to pick up maybe the Ogre again.
Yeah.
But, you know, they didn't seem like they thought it was too much of an issue, so.
Yeah. So there's like a little bit of a story to this Mirana hero and Elder Titan. This was Serenity's favorite duo actually at the TI qualifiers. They played Mirana ET a lot together. They actually kind of started picking it up. It used to be an old combo and they did it again. But this game, they have Mirana versus Abaddon, which is a really, really bad matchup in game. And it's just like Bounty versus Abaddon, you know? It's not a good matchup. So, yeah, looking at top lane.
Do you think maybe they can try to bait out a little bit here? Oh, nice light strike array coming out from Fear. Raji, it's going to be the first blood.
And once again, Fear just getting it done. He's been so on point, especially with this Lina. And like you said, I mean, this is comfort picks. It's a little bit different than what they've been doing, but very familiar for J.Storm.
Yeah. They're, it's like, this is also one of 4's favorite heroes to play. If you notice, I think in this game, 4 was safe lane more than even off lane. I felt like Mu was literally off lane like every game, and 4 went safe lane for J.Storm. And it definitely suits their players. 4 is a very snowball type of player. He generally needs a good lane to play his best. And it's not really a bad thing to do. You know, you just have to accommodate it. And if anything, he's one of the highest skilled offlaners, I think, in the world. So
He definitely impresses, especially on some of the flashier heroes. We talked about his Pangolier before, among others. Doing a really nice job with the Sand King, too.
Yeah, this lane... Oh, sorry, Moxie.
Sorry, I was going to ask, like, do you like that the Elder Titan is top here, or do you think you'd be more value, try to set him down, get some of those, you know, creeps hit up with that Spirit, and then just try to, like, punch through?
I think they wanted to lane the Mirana ET together. And I'm not sure why. I think maybe they didn't want the Mirana ET versus the Abaddon. That's probably why they dodged it. And they wanted the troll. Like, you know, they didn't want to have the arrow interaction with the Abaddon so that Mirana can't kill anything. And instead what happens is, like, the Mirana is in the lane matchup for Sven, and I feel like that favors Sven a lot, especially since he has a Lina support. Like, Mu should be able to free farm in this lane at some point.
So I guess that's my question, although nice stop, nice light strike array.
Double damage empowers.
You're just going to be trading back and forth on this. Is it better than what's happening with Fear over here? He's over in the corner. Nice Stormhammer being dropped off again. Strike array, Raji chasing down Fear. But we'll back off. If you know that Mu's going to have a good lane anyways, do you want to just try to shut down Forev then with making that rotation?
Well, that's their idea. I think also ET is a hero generally likes being in the safe lane more. He's able to have more, you know, room to go around and hit people.
He's not going to be doing any hitting if he keeps getting stunned up like this.
He is indeed. Stomp comes out. He's going to be okay. Now an arrow goes on to Mu, but a LSA comes back the other way. These guys just trading back and forth very far out of PYW. They'll turn to Fear. Now elite for PYW to go and reposition. Stormhammer, Adamu into the LSA. These guys just juggling back and forth. Fear, he's going to get the couple attacks off PYW, barely living.
God, everyone's sitting so low in this lane, just trading hits back and forth.
That's actually pretty fine for J.Storm. I think Fear kind of wanted to die there, especially because Sven is low on regen. And Fear should TP top, bring Mu regen, and meanwhile look at the Mirana, he's so low. And he needs to get the regen, so this is a fine trade. That doesn't really give anything to the lane, besides a little bit of gold. But Mu is happy for this trade, because Fear's going to come give him a lot of HP. And looks like PYW wants to suicide to the tier 2.
March sitting very, very low down here. I think he might go for another suicide. Yeah. It's the value of that hero.
Pretty quiet in that bot lane, like you said before, Fred.
Oh, Fear got the level
Which is
actually.
fine.
That's big. You got solo kill.
Yeah, look at the tip comes out. Thank you very much.
I mean, not exactly sure how this matchup goes mid. I mean, Ember is a stout shield hero, so I think it looks like it's going even. And classic March TPing mid to refill Brawl's bottom and just sit mid behind him. What happens every game they play.
I feel like the Death Prophet should do decently well against Brawl until he gets like the level 6, because obviously she's very susceptible to getting burst down. But the Spirit Siphon's just so good against the heroes that are melee, right?
Yeah.
A couple of runes getting picked up. Serenity grabbing 2. 3 runes going over there. 1 for the side of J.Storm.
So Troll is also farming really well. Both carries are farming, and Forv is also farming quite a lot too. So I mean, like it feels like every core actually just has a lot of last hits. There's no real core that's shut down. If you look at all the CS, everyone has like around the same marginal. No one's really like has like, you know, like the Morphling where if he was completely shut down, everyone basically has a game right now. So the laning phase is going quite even for both teams.
I mean, it feels like there's so much on the line, too, that you want to be careful that you don't misplay. You don't want to get overconfident. You don't want to commit to something that eventually, you know, is going to cause just that little imbalance of the game like we've talked about before, whether it's with like a Queen of Pain or just a couple little mistakes that give them that advantage for snowballing.
It's going to be really important, the upcoming 6-minute rune. Bryle really wants it, and it's an arcane rune bottom. He should go run and get it. Like, yeah, he sees that the Necro, okay, this is a really good play by Shadow. He's actually running to get the rune. That would have been like a really big rune, because then if Ember gets that arcane, he can go bottom or can go top to get a kill. So
it's a great call out there, and a better rotation by Shadow to secure a moment for his team to breathe here.
Just quiet going on. Like we said, people just want to farm up, start getting to those items where they can start making moves.
Yeah, but Moo is really having a great time up in this top lane, and don't see much happening. Well, you do have the stomp into the arrow. He's so tanky. Not a problem. He'll turn around. He's got the hammer. March ready to back him up, but not sure he even needed it.
I still don't understand how you let March have this hero. This hero, like, even if it wasn't March, right? This hero is just too good right now. The heals, the rotations. Mid lane, though, looks like they're going to try to get a gank off over onto ZYD. The rotation coming out from Raji. We'll just force them back, but bottom lane, Foreb forced to pop that Ghost Shroud. It's going to be a little bit more space here for the Troll to keep on farming.
it's you know, lanes are still even. There hasn't been any like really big kill for the past few few minutes. None of the big cores have really died. So it's going to be interesting what the first like real rotation is. It's probably going to come with Bryle. I think his hero is like the best in this game at rotating. The other heroes are like a little bit stationary. Maybe DP can go bottom and get the tower, which is actually doing right now.
I like this play. There's the slow being thrown out on Foreb. He's going to just TP out. They have a decent amount of damage though. It's a nice nice pick off for the side of Serenity, and now they can use those ghosts for the tower.
The TP is also going to be down, so Foreb is not going to be happy about this. Really good rotation from ZYD there. I felt that should have been the Ember. And Ember's rotating as well, but it's a bit slower. He got the Invis room on top. And this Monish, I think, yeah, they have a ward on top rune, so they actually saw Brawl head to top lane.
Do you have a little fun factoid for you guys right now? The deciding game between J.Storm and Serenity actually lasted 78 minutes and 43 seconds from the first time that we had World Showdown of Esports for Dota. So there's a potential for this game to go pretty late, but you know, I think everyone is wondering, is this going to be the case? Are we going to see a really long game coming out again this time?
I think there's definitely a chance for it here. Yep. Shadow forward, Bryle on target. Moonlight Shadow's going to come out, but they have the damage and he's taken down. So nice rotation from Bryle to secure that one.
Yeah, they needed that for sure.
They didn't even need the detection for that. They just knew that he was being held into place and burst him down.
They're going to have DP ult up again. They should. I wonder what they can really do with it. This Ember is going to be really hard for them to kill. They need Brawl to kind of mess up in a way. They don't have like a good lockdown for the Ember. So.
What do you think this Death Prophet is actually going to build? Because it's been a while since I've seen a couple different builds coming out from them. I have seen some Death Prophets actually opting to go for like a Rod of Atos, just because the lockdown is a little bit difficult. Are we going to see something a little different coming out from ZYD, or a more traditional Death Prophet build with like a Yules?
Yeah, it looks like he's going the Yules. He kind of needs it to take off, like, you know, maybe dodge this fence stun, you know, disjoint something here and there, instead of going the Atos. Maybe he needs to actually go Atos, but the problem also is they have Abaddon, which counters Atos as well. So
just such a good hero.
Yeah.
Such a good hero.
PYW, Spidey senses tingling. He's going to TP to the bottom lane here. That's going to be a full duration arrow from downtown. And this is actually a really big kill for Team Serenity. as they just got that kill before on Forev. They stack it up, and March also on the menu. In fact, ZYD moving down here, hasted up. That's 2 kills for Shadow, and that's going to bring him right back into this game.
Man, that was like you could see March was already making that rotation. He was just a little bit too slow because he is, you know, the Wambulance. He's the one who's going to be able to help them. Use the Exorcism, no fear. Dropping the light strike rate, but this Death Prophet is very speedy with, she's got the Exorcism and the Spirit Siphon. Although Fear is going to be able to walk away with 28 hit points. I think they're just going to take these ghosts and go to mid and secure this tower. Closest one to the Roche pit, but they'll go use the fort, buy themselves a little bit more time. But with the grouping up coming out from Serenity, you can tell that this is a high value tower right now.
They shouldn't be able to get this. DPL team is ending. And now J.Storm has this, you know, where they have Necrold and they have Ember and they know DPL's down. They should try and look at doing something. Maybe even running at the Troll. And Troll just TP top. So they know that he's there.
I also seem to know that the Wyvern's hiding over here in the trees as the Remnant comes out from Ryle. So go, you work high. There's going to be the Moonlight Shadow, though. They're thinking about re-engaging in.
Arrow flies onto March. He's caught out, cleaned up with a Crypt Swarm there, I believe, on the backside. Now the leap in from PYW. They have the damage. Spirit Siphon on Ryle. And LSA comes back the other way from Fear. They're going to have to get themselves back at this point. That was just kind of like throw an arrow. It's good chance it's going to hit on someone.
Yeah, March needs to take a lane to get a 6. If he does get 6, it's really hard for him to die. He can, even if he gets arrowed, he can obviously then they have to deal with the silence. But regardless, if he just saves his ult for the right time, he can get an extra save off. So he should definitely get some level somewhere. Can't be level 4 12 minutes in.
Definitely thought that was a nice stomp that came out from Raji too during all of that. But they just lacked that damage. If they had a little bit more burst, maybe they could have done a bit more with that. But it's just everybody hanging out in the mid lane now.
It's a party.
Classic.
Everybody to take a moment to kind of recollect themselves, wait on some cooldowns, and of course you want that Exorcism if you're going to be making a move with this Death Prophet.
Yeah, it's still down for another 16 seconds or so. Moonlight Shadow down for 60.
This Sun is going to have an Echo Saber soon. It's going to go the classic build. The heroes definitely seem to be doing decent right now in this tournament.
Does that make you feel better? Because I know Moo has been doing some interesting builds throughout this particular series.
I mean, this game, it is good. He should, like, Blink is really good this game. He needs to be able to jump this Wyvern. The cool thing is they have the Ember to be able to also, you know, go on the Wyvern. So regardless, like, Sven is a good matchup versus Death Prophet if, like, you're able to burst him, you know? DP hates playing versus fast physical burst, right? So as long as she doesn't have a Shivas. It looks like they are smoked here.
Yeah, they're looking for ZYD. There's no Moonlight Shadow to bail them out of this. Fear, he's got the angle. ZYD dips into the trees. Raji's there as well. Does get the silence off into a 3-man stomp. Moo, great positioning as the Earth Splitter catches 3 on the back of the fight. The Winter's Curse will hold them in place as well as Fear. Looks like he's going to be chopped down just at the tail end of it will go down. Now is Team Serenity on the chase. They even bought the Moonlight Shadow, just making it that much harder to do anything against them. Finding 3. Now Bryle's found out in the trees as well. XCJ dropping down low. Bryle might find one for himself. Well, XCJ will be able to slip on out. They get the silence and a 4th kill. J.Storm were the aggressors in that engagement as well.
That was incredible. Like, you could tell that they knew that they were going to be making movement over onto the Death Prophet. Saw Raji just hanging out over there in the trees. You see him turn around, wait patiently. He gets a 3-man stomp. Like, that's not an easy thing to do. Gets off a nice split or 2 in the middle of all of that. And then just the cleanup with the curse, having Fear just drop down instantly. That was just so well played by Serenity.
It was mega clean. Yeah.
And they had the arrow, like everything, just all the pieces fit together.
Yeah, the Wyvern ult, the great Wyvern ult, the good stomp. Blah blah, the great Blink Starfall.
Everything is everything.
Everything is everything.
Not a good rap god, I'm sorry guys.
You are the best rap god.
We love you, but don't worry. We all have your pictures on our monitors too.
You know, honestly, nothing matters there except for that stomp into the Earth Splitter. That was just phenomenal. Arrow to zone off the bounty rune. Bryle, he's hungry. He'll be able to get that. Remnant himself out of it. Fear helping out with an LSA from the low ground up to the high ground.
Seems like Raji really likes these cow heroes, you know? Those on them. The ones that like stomping.
That's not a cow.
Elder Titan's a cow, isn't it?
I don't think he's a cow.
I'll call him a cow.
He doesn't look like a cow.
Oh, he's some bovine animal.
Yeah, okay, I'll concede that. That's
bovinic.
Mirana. Oh, there's Elder Titan in the back.
He looks like the stuff from that one.
It's like
level,
Tauren Chieftain.
The Mad Cow level in Diablo. Right?
Yeah,
Looks
I
like
can
the
see that.
cows,
Oh, again, a nice stomp.
Oh! But March able to bail his buddy out. PYW, a couple attacks onto the T1 as the Siege unit doing work as well. ZYD keeping into the mid lane. What's the cooldown on his ult? 15 seconds there.
This tower is just going
Scouting
down.
arrow
though.
catches March. He's only level 5. Should have the silence to follow and a clean kill. I mean, Wolba, you mentioned the ultimate's so important, but we're sitting 16 minutes in. He doesn't have that ultimate.
What's March doing, guys?
He's playing ABBA.
He's playing the Wambulance.
drafted
Like, he
for him.
just has to constantly travel from lane to lane to save his
He just
teammates.
needs to get.
So he's not getting any of
He has
these
no
levels.
boots. He is so crippled.
He is destitute. He is the poor man for sure. Not even just in the entire game. He has a net worth of 840 something. Not even level 6 yet. Come on, guys. Give March some love. He has been bailing out your booties this entire game. Let him get some XP.
I mean,
for it,
honestly,
Jay.
you probably do good to like get a camp low and let him just finish it off himself. And
It's like that's so pity. Like, here you go, March.
I mean,
we
but that's-
softened it up for you.
you have to at this point.
Yeah, he's the Mother Teresa of Dota right now.
It's like pre-chewing his food for him. Maybe they'll let him get a kill.
Just
I don't
leech
know.
the experience there.
Yeah, there we go. Come on, Moo, be a bro. There we go. God, do you know how terrifying it would have been if he accidentally miskilled that?
He would never
I
let
think
that
we
down.
just look over and Bulba would be like crying. Just
I
like,
would.
no, March, please.
Boba just takes off the headset.
Walks out.
This
Bye,
game-
guys.
This game was going really well until that team fight bottom. I felt like if they had the mentality just to like kind of farm a little bit more, not run into the Elder Titan. Like, this is such a free Ember game. Like, if Ember gets farmed and scales, like, he will carry this game. Like, it's so hard for him to die, especially even at some point he gets like a Yules to take off the DP sounds.
Yep.
You know, Octarine Core, and he has enough physical damage too with the Sven. So
Serenity wrapping around the backside here. XCJ looking for an opening. PYW. Double leap forward into the Starstorm. A lot of damage coming out there, but he's going to be just fine now. Bryle, he's joined the party. Winter's Curse will hold Bryle in place for now as Laguna Blade flies and the dunk will take down PYW. The rest of Team Serenity on the run here. Fear looking, double LSA. What's up, Fear? Making the plays when it mattered. Raji dies off to the left side as that just blows up in Team Serenity's face.
it feels like deja vu for the other team. Like, one team runs in a little bit too far, you know, dives, and they kind of end up throwing. And there's a double damage room there too for March, not for March, hopefully.
we're so like, please, guys, charity for March.
Oh, I guess Bryle has a bottle.
Why do you think Serenity were so thirsty for that?
I mean, it looked like a good rotation, but they wanted to get the Wyvern ult off, because if they get the Wyvern ult off on one of them, they can get the silence off after, right, on both.
Yeah.
And instead, the Wyvern just doesn't get, he lost vision, actually. And maybe if he does get the Wyvern ult off, that fight is different, because then they're able to get, like, arrow and the combo. So,
Yeah, they didn't have the Moonlight Shadow to disengage on that. That was really all or nothing. Although Moonlight Shadow's back up now. Arrow does connect over on the March. He does have his ultimate, though, followed up with the Light Strike Array and the Atos, slowing down the Death Prophet. You can see now the Troll running in. They got a silence off over onto the Necrophos. It's a decent amount of lightning procs coming out. They'll find it with the Crypt Swarm, though, as they take down Forev. Moo now on the run. They do. Oh, he turns into the arrow. But they've got bigger fish to fry. They've got Bryle over here. There's
Bryle!
a slight, though. Is he managed to take down BYW? They'll take down ZYD, too. And they're still not done. Moo? They're just poking and prodding at each other. They feel like they want to go back in.
5 seconds for stun.
the Blink Ember did so much damage there. They're smoking for the bounties as fast. They're going to smoke Shrine and go for the bounties. Good play here.
Radiant's top tower is
That
under
is
attack.
the back of the Ancient Creep.
I love that these, like both of these teams are just throwing blows back and forth right now.
Yeah. It feels like both teams are overextending a little bit constantly. Oh, really good smoke there from J.Storm.
Burn, baby, burn.
And just like that, they're back. You know, they're down 2K, and then they win this team fight top, win this team fight mid, and now they're back into the lead.
And move right into the mid lane. They'll take down this tier 1. So a kill into the bounty runes, into the tower take.
Shielded.
Yeah, I mean, if March also didn't put the shield on to Sven in the last one, hold that. Fear caught out. Fear's going to be taken down. Anybody else going to be caught? Exorcism was popped here. You definitely want to get something done with this.
You don't have to worry about the Lena right now, but I think you have to back off right now if you're Serenity. That's a pretty big victory, though, when you consider the fact that they popped the Exorcism and they weren't able to get an objective with it, right? We talk about having these fights where, you know, you get a good pick off, but you want to translate it into some sort of, you know, objective or, you know, be on the enemy side of the map to just have maximum efficiency. And in this case, yeah, you get a pick off, but you've also burnt, like, one of your giant team fight ultis, so.
The one benefit right now I feel for Serenity is like, the Necro doesn't feel to be doing so much right now. It's byproduct of like he's just Tranquil Boots again.
Oh no!
Did he do the same thing? Probably not.
I'd like to think so.
Because I think this hero wants to buy Greaves. Yeah, I think he messed up. He has Greaves queued up. Oh no,
That's tilting.
It's the Tranquils of Shame twice in a row today, my friend. So
Dire are
yeah, he's not as farmed, and this hero is like definitely he won't do as much damage as this Mirana as the game progresses. And they do have Mirana ET. Like they have, that combo is really good in terms of like damage late game, especially if like the spell damage that Mirana has with the Starfall and the arrow. Even if he can shield it, they have a lot more damage this game than they did last game. So.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Still fairly even, you know, less than a 1K lead going over to the side of J.Storm. You can see the movement in the bottom lane as they're taking their time as they make their way to the tower, and they should be able to get this tier 2 very quickly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Troll with Diffusal, building into his
Radiant's
SNY.
bottom tower has
So
fallen.
Shadow's online.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I guess the next question is who gets the jump on who here? You know exactly where the enemy team is. You've just seen them, you know, take down trading towers.
I mean, it's definitely easier for J.Storm to jump. They have Sven with Blink and they have an Ember. And they're pretty good follow-up too, for Lena. So
I think part of it is also like Team Serenity fighting. If they're fighting around Moonlight Shadow, which they do right now, they don't do it under sentries, which I'm not sure where the vision is for J.Storm over here. Stomp's going to come out onto Frev, but Moo, he's onto the Mirana, and Mirana just deleted his fear, drops the Laguna Blade. Exorcism, of course, is going to be popped off here. It was a buyback from the Mirana, as now it's getting traded back. Bryle getting taken down. Bryle has no buyback. He will not be rejoining this fight. Curse comes out over onto Moo. He's held in place with nice aphotic shield to kind of allow him to reposition. Yule Scepter throws up ZYD into the air. Dunk comes out onto Shadow, but it's not going to be enough. And this looks like a great fight for Serenity as they chase forward. Arrow just clips him. He was hugging that edge as best he could. But Frev chunked on down.
That was from downtown, man. That was sick. All right.
That's such a tough position to be in. Like, you know you have to run. You just hope like it doesn't clip you on the edge of your hitbox.
the one benefit as this game progresses is this Wyvern versus Sven matchup. I'm sure if Artur's watching as well, like, it's very annoying to play Sven. This hero wants to be able to burst, and Wyvern has two ways to stop him, both with the ult and the E. Thankfully, they do have magic damage to follow up on the E, but regardless, it's annoying for Sven to play as the game progresses. So that's where Bryle kind of has to make up for it. But it looks like he's not having that good of a game on the Ember. I feel like he could have been a little bit more farmed.
It's definitely a struggle, and then when you consider, you know, you talked about having the Cold Embrace and, of course, you know, the Winter's Curse, but also the ability to kite using Wyvern has got to be very frustrating, too, for Sven, so I'm sure we're going to see a BKB being picked up. But again...
Bryle's actually going Halberd, eh? Interesting. For this troll.
Do you like this?
I don't think... I'm not sure. It's like, I see his reasoning, but I feel like he needs to get an item that will scale. You know, Lincoln's even... Probably not Lincoln's, but like Octarine Core, something like that. Just makes it so that he's going to be really annoying, because this is still a really free Ember game, in my opinion.
Retreat to my house. Don't mind if
Well, he's not going to be getting caught out by silence much anymore.
Yeah. Yules is definitely a really good pickup.
Dire are
I feel like it's
scanning.
super necessary whenever you're going up against any sort of silence when you're playing this hero.
Yeah, and there's no real pipe builder too, so it's not like his damage is going to get mitigated. Maybe the ET can get a pipe. Oh, he's buying a Glimmer. I think maybe Raji should have went pipe. It's really good.
No pipe, but they're smoking up, and nobody's really home. We'll see. They're drawing up onto the west side of their own jungle, maybe thinking that they got one hero lurking here. They see the camps have been farmed up, but J.Storm with a nice read to get back on their own side of the map.
A lot of this comes down to this fight around Roshan. Is the shrine active? It is not.
This could be a big pick off if they find Forev over here.
March is not close by.
Spirit Siphon, Atos, Ghost coming through. They've got the Moonlight Shadow. They want to create some chaos, but they're able to get off that dust. The back line here, Death Prophet, gonna get healed up.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a nice stomp coming through. Will fall to the Earth Splitter. They try to go for the dodge. They'll get the Scythe off though over onto ZYD. And now Bryle jumping in. Fear getting off the Laguna Blade on PYW. Raji's gonna get taken out.
It just feels like the team that is like doing, you know, like going in, it just keeps losing every team fight, you know, and the other team that's like not just sitting there is winning. So it's literally the theme of this game, it seems.
Walk us through this, Bulba.
Oh yeah, sick. I'm not sure about this Wyvern. I felt that he needed to save it, even though they. Oh god. Go ahead, Moxie.
Well, yeah, we saw like, you know, hats off to Raji. He had some really just fabulous, you know, these stomps. He's always catching these 2-3 people, gets off that really nice splitter, but it's just not enough because it's just too split up, I feel, you know. Again, with the Death Prophet getting taken down so early, he had that cold embrace trying to keep the Death Prophet alive, but...
It looked good. I don't know if the troll is like not close enough. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like the DP also needs a BKB in this game. I think it's really important because even if they do have you know, the save and stuff, there's a lot of magic damage on J.Storm. So
I think that's definitely a huge problem for her. You know, some of the saves coming out from March too. It's not easy. So it was looking very nice, and it almost feels like whoever's the first one to initiate is the one that's ending up on the bad side of these fights.
And it's probably because the initiation is all so like forced. They're not like, they don't feel like that good, you know? It doesn't really feel like they're planned out well. And it ends up like one team just overextends.
Yeah.
And they went on different targets. Like, you know, they saw the Forev there, but they didn't actually reach onto him well. He got saved. And then the others went on the other three there.
Invisibility.
Which is going to get just easier and easier for Forev as he builds towards these creeps. Halberd finished up for the Ember Spirit. Of course, with this Aegis and a regen in his bottle, they're going to look to get some work done. PYW being stalked. He's not really aware that's happening. Moonlight Shadow popped off. That's a very defensive, but turns into an offensive BKB usage as Serenity chasing forward here. It's March that's caught with the arrow. Does land onto Fear. Leap into the Starstorm. They'll take not one, but two.
You had no place here.
Look, they're going in. It just keeps happening.
I think we figured out how this works now.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good play if the Lina was close enough, because then they can, you know, I guess, but he does have BKB, so maybe it isn't. Unless the Laguna was close enough, like, the Lina was close enough to Laguna, I get my point.
I think you have like a window there where it was going to go really well, but
Yeah.
if you stay too long, just you saw that rotation coming through. And
It wasn't too bad, though, because it was just the supports that died, but Fear does have a lot of net worth.
Latos will be able to dodge it using his Yules, but the arrow on the setup will still come through. There's going to be a Storm Hammer, though. They'll be able to go drop that split. Now Ryle throws out that Searing Chains for up, making rotation, has the Scythe up. He's not going to be able to do enough damage to take her down. The follow-up with a beautiful Winter's Curse coming out from XCJ. The lead forward coming over BYW, but Riley goes right back in. He's got the Atos, but they don't have the damage. Ghosts are going to get used here from the Death Prophet, but she's getting burst down. They'll turn her around. They'll take down Forev as they chase after this Abaddon. The BKB doing work here on the Troll.
Yeah. That was his 10-second?
That was his 10-second BKB, I believe, yes. That was a very pensive.
He has no remnant.
Bryle, again, the Atos. There's still the Death Prophet down here. She's still got
Bryle's
the
dead.
Exorcism up. They take down Fear, and they're just going to translate right over. There's not going to be the Exorcism, luckily, but they should be able to use the Spirit Siphon, the Silence. He's going to be able to get himself out. He's going to try. Still being slowed down. Another Yules. Going to follow up with another Slight, but they take him down. Why didn't he have a Remnant up?
He used all of them to chase the Mirana there, and then did the Mirana die? Yeah, he did die, but then
Yeah, nearly got
they all
out.
died.
Just too much greed, you think?
I mean, it's just not like coordinated, and it's probably because it's game 5. Everyone's like, you know, it's been like a lot of games, and they need to have. They're never really together. Like it feels like every team fight is just like one person's not there. In that situation, the Sven wasn't there, so like obviously this is different at the Sven. But I assume Mu wants to wait for his BKB to fight, and it just feels like both the teams are just getting like the decision making is just off in the game right now. But regardless, it's like it's really entertaining because there are all these like random kills in team fights.
Bulba, I think that's a really good point, though, and fair that we pointed out for J.Storm that this is their 8th game in a row.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen? That happened to VP though during the major, right? They had like game after game after game. Like it's part of being in, you know, in the glamorous world of esports. Sometimes you just have nonstop games.
Yeah, not an excuse for sure, but something to keep in mind. Just and player fatigue is a real thing. We'll see what they can do. Laguna Blade dropped on PYW. He'll leap, but Yules. Do they have anything else to follow? Look at his BKB off, and looks like Winter Wyvern will be taken down. Moonlight Shadow out. PYW is going to cut Juke on out of here. With the BKB timed out, they should be able to get the kill on for the Mirana as well. Nice moves from J.Storm.
And this is now they're gonna go with just 5. They're not gonna do these like you know, 4-man kind of team fights. This Sven does have BKB. Now Ember's also going for the Shivas, which is really good. He should probably get the Shivas into Octarine Core. This is my problem with the Halberd too. I felt that he could have just went into the Shivas Octarine Core instead. Because if he does get these items, if he gets Shivas and Octarine, like it's so hard for Ember to lose this game. He will never die, especially if he gets his 25 talent too, the Remnant Chargers. So he'll never really run out of Remnants as well. He can just endlessly still push this game. And he has his 20 talent now too, with the spell amp.
I think they do have to be very careful though, especially going up against the Wyvern. We've seen some just really great Winter's Curses coming out during this game, and even some of the other ones where it's been picked up, but there's also the Aether Lens online, so the positioning is going to be even better coming out from the side of Team Serenity.
Good thing with the next Roche, when is it going to spawn? In around 2 minutes. And Troll has SNY Satanic.
It's going to be able to hit though.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But I guess when you've got the BKB, it's kind of like the insurance policy.
I mean, they have so many Aetoses right now. Like, they
I
literally.
think this item's ever going to get a nerf.
They did.
Yeah, it quote, air quote,
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
That's why it's still getting picked up on like
did.
every single hero, every game.
Yeah. It's a fun item though. I think it's like, no, it's never really been bought, you know, in so long. Like that's what the item's been in Dota for so long. I feel there was like one player that used to buy it, which was AUI. And now everyone buys
Radawi.
it. Yeah. Like, no one else bought this item. He's been saying this item's been broken for years.
He used to play a lot of Skywrath Mage too, so it
Yeah.
was like the perfect
It
setup.
was.
Days of Owie 2000.
I'm sure he's watching somewhere.
You make it sound like he's like a spirit ghost, like out in the flames.
Looking down
He's
on us.
looking down on us right now.
Just as happy as can be.
When are we gonna get another Disney duet from him in Universe? Is the real question.
They got to
with
make
the
it to the
MDL.
yeah. They got to make Forward has to make it to the major, right? So
There's the incentive to go. All right, though. 19K net worth right now on Troll, 16 on that Sven, and 14
Radiant's
on
top
the
tower
Death
is
Prophet.
under
She
attack.
does have her ultimate up, and we're
Radiant's
seeing
top
some
tower
movement. They're
is
going to try to
under
get a jump on Forev. Atos gets used, followed with Light Strike right. That arrow coming through, though. It's going to land over onto the Sven, but they find the kill onto Shadow. And that is not looking good now for Serenity. They're going to turn this right back around again. The BKB comes out. They've got the splitter. They're just going to try to buy some space here for ZYD. Winter's Curse going to get used by the Wyvern to try to run herself out. But she's still going to get taken down. Mirana jumping through here. PYW, he's trying to dish out this damage. He's got the nice silence up. Can they take down Bryle? They'll find it. Bryle going to buy back immediately here. The Abaddon taking up a lot of damage here. Death Prophet deciding that she should probably get out. But you know who's not going to be getting out is Raji as they find him hiding over in the trees.
I thought it would go way better for J.Storm. Like Troll got his item time. He immediately died with SNY Satanic to the Reaper. He's dead for 90 seconds, and they still managed to kill the Ember. I'm not sure if Brawl kind of rushed it there and was like, you know, went too far, but regardless, they still called 3. Does Troll have buyouts here?
Buyback?
Yeah.
No buyback.
No buyout? Okay.
So, and I mean, I think we got to give credit over to the Mirana as well. Like, was very patient.
Yeah.
Until he engaged.
They don't have DP ult, and they're not going to have Troll for 50. The one thing is they do have a lot of outspam with the Wyvern and the other tank when he spawns.
If he can get a, he's been landing some really nice
Rosh is
stomps
up.
too. But
It's going to be really big if they can get this Rosh. They don't know yet. Maybe they'll send the courier there.
doesn't look like that's on the flight path here, but it's a little bit more time for Serenity.
Yeah. It's not really in their head. It's fine. They might not. They might even just forgotten the timer, which happens.
It's also very scary, right?
Game like this.
You want to watch out whenever you've got an Elder Titan when you get into that Rosh, but he's one of the best heroes to get in there. So maybe they're thinking, you know, oh, he's going to be respawning fairly soon. We don't want to really risk it right now. But again, like you said, there's no exorcism online.
Yeah, they should. It's like the best time to risk it, you know, especially in these big games. You got to take the risks. And I mean, this was just not even like, they just didn't really know. They didn't have the timer, and now Serenity knows that it's there, and Ember has no buyout. So if he does die, like, he's gonna be dead forever.
I think it's pretty scary to go into the pit too when you know that there's a Wyvern sitting outside.
This is a really good item on Death Prophet, especially this game. The only way like they can kill her, like they wanted to burst her, right? And now they can't. They need like Nullifier.
Yeah, worked out in the last fight for her, enabled her to get away.
Serenity have an idea of what's happening here. Shadow continues to farm, being as efficient as possible until they're forced to commit. It was a great job by J.Storm in that last engagement to take him out, chain him all the way down before he could pop his BKB. You gotta imagine that he's gonna have his finger on the trigger as they get into this next fight.
It's gonna be a big battle around the Rosh pit. You can feel just kind of like the calm before the storm. Everyone's just hanging around, waiting for someone to slip up, waiting for just, you know, smoke or what have you. You can see the vision getting placed down. This is gonna be big.
Yeah, the game has been so like much of a roller coaster, like, you know, and now it's come to like it's the same gold difference. It's like only 1K. The net worth difference is like barely anything. So.
It's just been up and down. Like if you go and you open up the team net worth, you can see like up,
It's
down.
It's like a heartbeat.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely.
Yeah. It's entertaining, for sure.
25 mana break talent picked up for PYW.
They did just pick up a BKB now on the Ember Spear, which is going to be really big.
Yeah.
So it's really going to be dependent upon this Wyvern to be able to get off a really good
Serenity smoked up. They're going to find March here. I mean, that's the hero that you want to be engaged on if you're J.Storm. As the fight starts to spread out a little bit here, who's going to go down first? Team Serenity with the engage. Can they hold Forev in place? Laguna Blade comes back to take down PYW. It's March, now Forev fallen, but instantly buying back. Exorcism was used here, so Serenity should be very hesitant to do anything.
They have ET, which is like really good in the situations. They just can't get jumped. And they still have God Strength. Yeah, Moosh just run up. They cannot lose this team fight.
Atos onto the Death Prophet. Bryle's there. Now a buyback for PYW. ZYD.
He's gonna get Aeon Disc off.
He's held in place. An arrow connects, but it's only on to March. Yule Scepter is going to keep Death Prophet alive a little bit longer. Trolls on the back edge of the fight. ZYD he continues to live here. A jump into the Starstorm. PYW doing pretty good work. Moo will go down. March is dropping low. Sacrifices himself to keep Bryle alive. Bryle's on the run. Is that arrow going to connect? Oh. It was so close.
Get the stomp, the stomp!
Oh, they got the stomp, and Bryle will be going down. Got him. 120 seconds before Bryle will be back out on the map.
Raji God.
I mean, the supports just carry that team fight. The save, the DP, Aeon Disc. The DP survived.
Forever.
Survived, yeah. Aeon Disc.
Yeah, just good item, especially when you're Death Prophet. It's either that or you get yourself an Oracle, right? Just being able to get these spells off, stay alive. That Laguna, though. Troll, the buyback coming out from the Sven. They'll get the Winter's Curse off. They're going to try to let him get away. Uses his BKB, but it doesn't matter. They have the clicks to be able to take him down. The arrow going to be thrown out. Not going to be able to find it. This Winter Wyvern is not looking very healthy. XCJ, he's going to try to juke himself around. They don't have the detection for a change. Although he turns right back around. They have the sentry, they have the dust, and they'll take down the Wyvern.
I think the Troll should buy out here. I felt like he should have already bought as soon as he died, because they know Ember has no buyout, and this Roshan is like really, really important. DP is going to be up soon. Well,
PYW getting trolled out a little bit.
they cannot give this Aegis to
Frev
J.Storm.
blinking up as well. They really want this
The
Elder
space,
Titan.
though.
Another blink from Moo.
Space.
Raji,
What's
just making
happening?
plays.
Why aren't they going in the Roche pit? Like,
Well, they want to. They're scared for the stomp.
They didn't have a ton of physical damage to take it down super easily either.
And now Troll and Ember are going to be up. This game is crazy.
I mean, this is what you're looking for in Game 5, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Once again, if anybody's just joining us, this is our championship series, a best of 5 with 50 grand on the line. Team Serenity defending their title here.
He's Lacuna.
I know. They're like, we got to get this fast, guys. We got to go. It's getting chunked down pretty quickly. I don't think they're going to be able to make it. The arrow coming
Serenity.
through, though, actually going to get tanked here by Forev. UIW nearby. Bryle making his way over to this pit.
BKB.
ZYD, he's got the exorcism. They're going to try to get in. They get the BKB off, though. Moo going to be able to go and grab the Aegis March. Getting chased down here. They'll take out Fear. They'll take out March. And they're still going. They're trying to find themselves a Bryle, but he's very, very fast right now. Has that BKB up and running. They have the Atos. There's going to be the Yules. They need a silence.
stomp.
Can they going to find it? No, Bryle, he's still going to be able to run, but there's the silence. There's the Yules, the arrow, and that's going to be a dead Ember.
Is under attack.
This is almost 25 too. If he just needs that remnant charge. Like, it's such a good talent for Ember. Because like right now, the only reason he's dying is he's running out of remnants. And I'm not sure if that's a byproduct of the talent or he's just misplaying the team fights. Maybe he's committing too hard. I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, like,
Radiant's middle tower is
and he's
under
also
attack.
kind of like, I felt he should be a lot more farmed. I really don't think this
Radiant's
Halberd purchase was
structures
good.
are fortified.
Like, he just shouldn't buy Halberd. He should have just bought Octreed and Fearless. And or the BKB earlier.
Radiant's middle tower
60
has
seconds
fallen.
till Ember's going to get back on the map here. It'll be a buyback
Throw
from
another
Fear.
hero
We'll see how much Serenity respect it, and look at the Fear.
They don't have the
The
exorcism.
Fear effect.
They don't have the exorcism. They don't have the Moonlight Shadow. They don't have the, like,
And there's still Aegis on the spin, right?
yes.
There's 2 bounty runs on bot lane. Sven, what were the cooldowns, the BKB timers on both carries?
Illusion.
Spins at 7 seconds.
I can't see over on the thing right now.
7 on Troll.
Okay, it's tied.
PYW down to 5.
The Wyvern's gonna like be the difference maker in this game. Like, the support's on now. And the Lina is not gonna be as useful as this Wyvern and the ET. Even though the Lina will do damage, the Wyvern, the save, and the damage output from the Elder Hen is insane now. Like, this hero scales like a beast. The ET hero, like, even if he's not versus agility cores, his right click to self, he gets spared on 5 heroes, he goes in. I don't know if you guys remember, it's like Super Major, crit played Elder Titan. This is like some random game. He was like, literally, they were pushing and no one on EG had buyout. And it was just him, and he like 1v4 the entire team. It's a pretty cool game.
That's the power of this hero. It's not one that we see very often. I know somewhere out there, Fogged is very, very excited.
Yeah,
I don't know
he
what
loves
time it
this
is in, what is he's in Mumbai right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
think so.
I'm sure he's like super hyped. Shout out to Fog there if he's in the chat. This is his favorite hero.
Take us.
Largest net worth lead of the game thus far. 44.5 minutes in. Team Serenity up 7K. Not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination, but it is something.
It's been back and forth though. It's still anyone's game, which is really great for a best of 5 series.
Yeah.
Get that moment of just, you start to get really nervous just watching these guys because like any slip up just starts to lose that edge.
Dire are scanning.
Troll has his 25 talent. It's really good, especially with this build. Battle Trance, Strong Dispels, and he has SMY Satanic. He's going to be really hard to burst now. and he has Wyvern support. So
So what's the play now?
I mean, this is a game where Brow, like, he got his hero last pick, and it's like, in my opinion, it's one of the freest Ember games I've seen in competitive Dota. Like at a land, no joke. Like 22nd pick Ember. There's no real disable for him. He needs to be able to carry this game as he progresses. Like get 6 slot, you know.
So is it just a matter of like hanging back, allowing him to farm up, or does it, you know, it becomes very scary, as you said, as it gets later and later for Team Serenity because they're going to be dishing out more damage, and the Ember, or not the Ember, sorry, the Elder Titan.
I mean, both teams, it's hard, like, if all 5 heroes are alive on both teams, it's hard for each team to go high ground, you know, like, there's too much spam, there's too much poke on both sides, so it literally just comes down to either a pick off or the next team fight.
Okay.
And buyouts. Like, that's basically what Dota, like, the game has become now.
Well, we do have a smoke as they make their way across the river, picking up one of these runes. Who are they going to find, though, is the question.
This could be a bit fishy.
They're moving straight up. It's actually Shadow spotted out first here. Moonlight Shadow will come out. It's the Purge over onto Mu to try and buy a little time. Now the Dust. They want to take out this ET first if they can do it. ZYD with the BKB doing work over here, trying to control up. Now he's going to dip over, try to get onto Bryle, but Bryle stays elusive. ET first to drop. He'll go ahead and buy back. That Earth Splitter flying through at the end. Shadow onto March. As Fear's isolated in the top side of this lane. Fear gets taken down. Now March, there's nowhere to go. The rest of his team has bailed out. So in the end, Serenity take 2. J.Storm able to take 1. It was the buyback out of the Elder Titan, though.
It's so forced, like all of these team fights. Like Bryle is so close to Shivas, and I don't know how his communication is. It's like first big grand finals. You know, can't blame him. He's a new player, but he just needs to wait. Tell his team that he will carry this game. Like he needs to say something like, "I will carry this game," you know. And they just need to wait for him to get 6 slot. Like they cannot team fight into Serenity anymore. Like they're way too farmed. They have. Like their supports are way too high level. Their cores have like basically 6 slot on all 3. The Ember needs to be like, you know, you have to go like mode Sumail / Ana right now. Like he needs to go completely 6 slot Ember and carry the game.
I don't know if they're going to give him the opportunity to do this, though. We have a refresh orb now on ZYD. It's pretty stacked up. They'll force out a buyback from March. They don't have Fear for another 60-something seconds. He does not have buyback. Casual arrow getting tossed out. Go, they'll pop the Lincolns on the troll. Land a Stormhammer. Got a Glimmer Cape.
He's taking a lot of damage up there.
Yeah, it's really hard for them to go high ground, even though Fear's dead for 45.
They actually popped the Aeon Disc on the Death Prophet. That's actually pretty good for them right now. Might delay it just a little bit longer.
Did they get the tier 3?
No.
No.
Okay.
They got it down low, and
It's a DD rune bottom. Now it's the double runes. It's going to be very important, especially for J.Storm. If this Ember is able to get a double damage or an Arcane Rune, it can just change the team fight. Ember with Arcane Rune at this point of the game, like you can't actually beat him in team fight, even if you're ahead like 10, 15k, as long as he has some items.
Vanish.
another Moonlight Shadow coming out.
Oh, that's a smoke too. They're hoping to find something here, and they do have a refresh orb again, like we said, on the Death Prophet. So if she wants to the double ulti here, take some buildings.
Death Prophet is played exceptionally well. Chinese Death Prophets, they're like legendary, Ori, ZYD, Super, maybe.
Oh, the name of the game is just don't force anything right now.
Ori's such a good mid laner.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to be patient. Gives Bryle a little bit more time to start farming up, get those items that he needs.
He needs to get a Shivas.
He's working on it.
Yeah, he has it. They want to at least secure 2 of the 4 bounties, but
This is suspect.
Marana has her call it the cancer talent. His heroes have been picked in a while, but if you play pubs and you play versus Marana 25, it's actually the most annoying talent to play versus. Like the hero has been picked since TI. You know, he hasn't like been super popular. At even at TI, I don't think the hero was like. There were many games where Marana got to 25, but this minus 70-second Moonlight Shadow, it's like basically constant smoke. You know, like it's so hard to play Dota. You need to always have sentries. It's hard for course to get pickoffs. People always invis on the map.
I mean, Forev is like the Mirana spammer too, though, so he's aware of all these things. I'm sure this team is...
It's really hard to counter. Like, you need, like, even as a core, like getting a solo kill on other core Miranas, like the enemy Mirana has 25. It's like insanely hard.
You can see March like getting the vision down right there and pinging out, hey, hang around this, make sure that we see them coming.
And there's like, I remember the last finals as well as like Serenity versus J.Storm, and there was like a Wyvern in the game, and J.Storm actually had the Wyvern. It was Milan, back when he was on the team, and he actually skilled the wrong talent at 25. They were winning the game a lot, and then he went the wrong talent at 25. He went the
curse?
Yeah,
What was it?
and
It should have been the stuns.
Yeah, he was versus PL. It was Wyvern versus PL, and it like makes the matchup really hard for PL to play because, you know, PL has his 25 talents, and then Wyvern gets his 25, and the 2 seconds done just like changes his hero.
I remember that too. I remember watching that game sitting out because I believe it was Lyrical and Capitalist that were casting the game. I'm sitting over in there like on the lobby, and I'm super into it. It's super tense, high stakes Dota, and then you see him do that, and everybody just collectively went, "Oh no!"
Yeah, after the game as well, he was saying like, I messed up, guys. I messed up. I got the wrong talent. Like,
that's such a feels bad.
It is. You literally misclicked the wrong talent. That is a sad way to lose the grand finals.
Absolutely. Shiva's guard, though, finally picked up for Ryle, so you can breathe easy now, Bulba. A little bit easier. He's not quite 6 slotted, but, you know, he's on his way.
He used to sell these Octarine for, or this Halberd for Octarine core. It changes his hero.
11K net lead right now for Team Serenity.
Feels like Moo's been pretty quiet. He's got 6K gold and on him, making sure that he's able to buy back as he picks up his next set of items.
Well, I think, you know, like Bubba was saying, perhaps they've realized, okay, we just need to chill. We need to allow Bryle to start getting that farm, start, you know, getting more damage and whatnot. And so they're just trying to dodge a lot of these sus fights, you know?
It's just they need to have constant sentries everywhere versus the Marana 25. Like, look at this. It's so annoying to play versus. It's down. They just need to wait for they can, I'm not entirely sure about the Shoshan play. They have a lot of poke on J.Storm. They just need to wait for the next Marana 20, the next Marana ult. It has it up. Should use it now.
Exorcism's been popped. Fear throws the LSA. You're gonna realize very quickly what's going on here. Arrow through the choke point, dissuading J.Storm from moving in, but they can't give over this free Roche right now. Bryle with the slide coming through. Little chunk of damage. Now he's going to activate Remnant, get himself in. But that's Shadow picking up the Aegis, and the curse drops as well. Moo will take down the Winter Wyvern. Now a buyback from the Wyvern. He's going to try and get back into the fight. Moo, he wants to go to Pound Town, but the leap out of the pit. Marana's going to be just fine. ZYD letting those ghosts go to work. Shadow just wants to get on target. Stomp doesn't quite connect on anybody. J.Storm feels like it's time to tuck tail and run. March, actually, no, just back up to the Shrine. They'll pop the Shrine. Refresher comes out of the Death Prophet. Second set of Exorcism. Arrow flies. Will it connect? Oh. Yes, it does, but dispelled off. Rev, he continues to kite backwards here. He'll be held in place. Spirit Siphon keeping ZYD nice and healthy, but Laguna Blade plus the Sleight of Fist will delete the Death Prophet. Has a buyback, but not going to throw it for now. Team Serenity, they want Moo. Moo, he's tanky, but is he tanky enough? They're able to root out now into the stun, just keeping this troll from getting onto their cores. Fear turns around, trying to get some damage back out. Shadow looks like he's finally had enough. Bryle barely avoiding that arrow coming back the other way. Raji scouted out by Bryle over on the edge of the trees. Bryle should be picking up this one. We'll see where the rest of the party is. It looks like Forev picking up XCJ as this fight spreads out to the east and west. When it's all said and done, 2 heroes from Team Serenity down with over 100-second respawn timers.
Wyvern, yeah, this is that was very confusing, but Marsh also has no buyout, and he's very important for their team. There's a really important rune on bot lane, DD rune for the troll. If he's able to scout it, he should know that no one got it, but yeah, it looks like both teams are going to ignore it. And Bloodthorn soon on Moo. Bryle steeping in.
This is pretty good for them right now because the Death Prophet, she already used that refresher. Oh, and the jump forward, Light Striker, right? They're going to be able to stun Laguna, popping that Aegis immediately. ZYD, he's bought back. He has the BKB. Does not have the Ghosts, though, so not going to be able to do much more than just scare them a little bit, push them back.
Yeah. Scare them off, they did, as J.Storm will make the retreat out. Team Serenity stay alive.
Yeah. So this game's hype.
You know, I looked over you keep looking at Bryle's items, and you look so disappointed. You're like a disappointed dad. I feel like you're staring at that halberd. Like,
yeah, he's
Bryle,
locked onto it.
please.
We need the eye tracker for Bulb over here. You would see it just staring at this halberd.
I mean, I see his reasoning for why. It's just
We know. We know.
get an Octarine, please. This is such a hard Ember game to lose if he plays the team fights properly.
He's got so much gold on him, too, right now. Oh, baby Bryle. Don't disappoint.
Mjolnir next on the menu.
Don't disappoint Bulba Daddy. Oh.
We are rapidly approaching the hour mark of this Game 5 in our championship series. So Arcane Rune will spawn in the top river, Haste down in the bottom.
And this is one of those runes that we talked about that could be really game-changing for the side of J.Storm. Bryle picking up that Arcane Rune.
Did they smoke out of this?
He has his Mjolnir now. Sven is not waiting to finish his Bloodthorn. Did he finish it? Yeah, he's waiting.
Nullifier picked up for the troll.
It's got a buyout counter, so DP has no buyout, Wyvern has no buyout, and UT and Abaddon. So favors J.Storm right now, even though the net worth is like 5k is nothing right now at 56 minutes. It's like a very small thing. It literally comes down to the buyouts and the spell casting.
You'll set up, silence, followed up, Light Strike Array though. Arrow's gonna come through, it's just a little bit too early. Winter's Curse on the back lines, not gonna be able to hold them in place for just a little bit longer. BKB coming out from ZYD, he wants to chase down Moo. There's gonna be a leap forward coming out from PYW, they'll go, they'll land the splitter as they chase after this Lina, and this fight is just getting chaotic as Shadow finds himself a kill on Fear. They're gonna try to chase down March. March has to go, pop that ultimate, and Arrow's getting thrown out over in the top lane. It's not going to connect, and they should be able to go clean up, take down this Abaddon right now as the mute comes through. Two heroes on the side of J.Storm down. March does not have buyback. Fear does.
And the Bryle doing a good job to at least shove the lanes in.
I mean, it's not that easy versus Mirana. 25. As a core, he's not going to have a gem. He's not going to have the best vision. They're always constantly off map. Yeah, he's getting the Ocarine next.
They've got the Bloodthorn that's been picked up now on the Sven.
Do they have a sheep stick on Dire?
No, I don't believe so.
DP is going it next. I think it's actually really, even this Mirana just buying a sheep right now, like it does it, they don't really need, like they have enough damage, honestly. They need some lockdown in the form of a sheep. Like this Ember, if he sees a sheep on the enemy team, it makes him play a lot differently. Like he, in general, like they don't have the best save besides this Abaddon. Like obviously Abaddon is a really good save, but you know, if he can't split push the lanes as easily.
He
as he does
just one-shots the Hex as you mention it. He doesn't have the buyback for 4.5 minutes, so.
Yeah.
Got like permanent Moonlight Shadow pretty much on this Mirana with the Arcane Rune.
Cool story. It's actually such a annoying spell to play versus.
Triggers you.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Another smoke coming out too. Nope, never mind. I'm lying. It's Moonlight Shadow.
This feels like very dangerous territory for J.Storm, especially with that Hex getting picked up. But at the same time, you know, Team Serenity not having that buyback on the Death Prophet, it would seem a little bit foolish to try and force a fight here.
We're gonna just wait. Both teams can't really push high ground. This game, like, it's looking like it's gonna go late. Like both teams, they're gonna go, you know, play more and more passive. They understand like any one small misstep can just result in the game losing, you know, being lost. One buyout resulting in death without buyout too.
Well, this comes down to, you know, almost some psychological stuff too, because it's been a long game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure. Grand finals, and you know, the 5th game, we're almost approaching that 1 hour mark. You can tell, like, it starts to get very, very stressful for both of these teams because you don't want to be the one player on your team that makes that one mistake.
Yeah. Late game Dota is like something else.
Dire are
It
scanning.
really is. It's 25 talents and stuff. Like heroes become, I don't know what they become. They don't become Dota heroes anymore. And this Wyvern 2 seconds done on Splinter Blast.
Yeah, it's
He's
getting
gonna have
close.
his
again.
Allies
Yeah.
disappear.
Ags pick up now for the Necro.
GD rune bottom.
That is a value rune. Yeah. Do they have a bottle that he can hold on to it with, or?
Double damage.
Still 2.5 minutes before Death Prophet's gonna have her buyback. Wyvern's buyback just now coming up.
Shadows, take us.
Why or on ults. This just makes like J.Storm afraid to do anything aggressive. The Moran ult, like Serenity just have a constant, like they're always going to be able to make the move first because of the spell.
See the arrow thrown up onto the cliff there just to make sure that they have vision and there is no ward there. But J.Storm playing the game they need to play right now.
I mean, we talked about this before. It always feels like the team that's the aggressor usually ends up being the worst one because the fights were just feeling way too forced. And in this case, too, you know, they're trying to see if they can find a pickoff. But J.Storm, they're too smart about it. They know they're going to be hunting constantly. Whenever they're not showing in lane, they're looking, they're hunting, they're waiting. They're very, very patient. In fact, you see that March is the one forward. He's the one who's most likely going to survive or tank up. But
J.Storm?
they're taking a risk. They've decided, all right, they're going to take a smoke. Maybe we'll get a pick off.
They see the Wyvern. It's such a big target if they kill him.
They see Raji too.
He has no. Does he have buyout on the Wyvern?
Looks like he's going to be held in place. The fight is on two fronts right now. Raji, he's going to stay alive. Moonlight Shadow, once again, it feels like it's always up, but definitely you don't want it to be on cooldown in this moment. Raji stunned up once again. He's going to get dunked on down. Instant buybacks come out of Team Serenity. They want to turn this around. Troll, he popped his BKB. ZYD on the front line, letting that exorcism go to town. Curse is going to hold Moo in place. And this should be a nice setup for the team to follow up on Moo. He's going to be taken down, but he will have a buyback for himself. Team Serenity, they've gotten the better of J.Storm here. And depending how they want to play this out, they could be forcing out some buybacks right now, running down this mid lane. They only lost the Elder Titan in this engagement, right?
Well, they lost the Winter Wyvern.
They lost
The Wyvern as well.
At the start. But she did buy back. She did get off a pretty decent Winter's Curse that was able to hold Moo into place, so that way PYW could jump in with that Star Storm and whatnot. So some buybacks coming out. Fear.
Fortress Sven buyout. That's really big.
You see once again, I mean, it was J.Storm that made the engage, Serenity that wins the fight. The story of the game.
Ryle got taken down here. He's got to buy back. They got to force them out. Gonna go right back in again. Thrall getting Yulesed up, and again the Moonlight Shadow breaking through. March, nice stomp coming through. Actually gonna be allow them to disengage over here. The Necro in for trouble. They go, they pop the Lincolns. They're gonna be able to take him down. They're going right back in, and more buybacks coming out here. Light Strike away. Can they burst them down? Yeah, they'll be able to take down March.
No buyback for March.
Isn't up. Now they've used the Exorcism. Still the Aeon Disc online now for ZYD. Are they gonna play it safe?
Two heroes have buyback on the map right now, Death Prophet and Troll.
Now the question is, all right, she already used the refresher though, so not gonna have those ghostly ladies up quite yet. She does have the sheep stick like Bulba talked about. I think that's a very good pickup. Yet you can feel the tension, you can feel the stress coming out from both of these teams.
Yeah, I mean the thing is right now, two of Serenity's cores have buyouts and nobody on Radiant has buyout, so they just need to wait for DP ult and go. Like, you're gonna, you know.
They did get a nullifier though. This is one thing that you said that would be really, really good for the Death Prophet. They're able to burst her down.
Who has a nullifier?
Ember.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's not the Octarine. But he is itemizing, you know, trying to deal with it. And did get rid of that halberd.
Thank God.
Exorcism will be up in about 10 seconds here, 40 seconds for the refresher. It feels like now is when Team Serenity tries to make something happen. And
that's something that could be happening, although they do have everyone over on the side of J.Storm. They're standing over on the high ground there.
J.Storm know that they can't give this up for free. It's going to be a smoke from 3 on Team Serenity, waiting in the wings. XEJ, he knows he needs to get a great curse off here, but it's Bryle looking for the wraparound. Bryle trying to make the play. He's giving himself a chance for sure. But at the same time, as J.Storm getting in position, they're not going to force it. I say that, but Rev, He's hexed up and held in place over here on the high ground. Bryle, he's going to try to get the Searing Chains off, but it's Forev that's taken down. He's not going to have a buyback. Team Serenity might be doing it right now. Moo, they have to be able to get a kill. They have to be able to follow up. They've gotten PYW. No buyback here from the Mirana. Now onto the Death Prophet. Death Prophet will go down as well, but has her own buyback. She'll pull the trigger. Can this troll stay alive? He's got a lot of life steal. The stomp comes through from Raji on the low ground. They're getting a lot of damage off now as ZYD has joined back into the fight. It's Necro and Mood down. Team Serenity have taken down the course. Fear's gonna fall as well. 65 minutes and no buybacks. Everything is on Bryle's shoulder in this moment. He'll get the Searing Chains out, buying himself just a little bit of space. But this is just Roche into a push.
I mean, the Abaddon was dead, and they had no sentries up, and they had Moran ult up. Like Four just, you know, he didn't know the Wyvern was there, and he died. And really good buyout there from Death Prophet. Like these two shrines, like since both teams haven't gotten the tier 3, like both the shrines on the left side of the map have just been changing the game. Because one team gets a kill, and then they overextend, and then there's buyouts. It's like buyouts, 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 buyouts.
And I'm having insane deja vu right now. Do you remember the last time we saw these teams face off in a grand final? I remember getting up every time and being like, oh, I think it's going to be over. And then they just back and forth, back and forth. Do have that refresher shard, though, picked up on the Death Prophet. She's going to pop that right away. She knows that they've got this opening. Sven's going to be down for another 53 seconds. No Necro. Going to go use the Exorcism, try to put some more damage onto this tower while Troll just chipping away over at those racks in the top lane. So just two people getting stuff done. Like coming out from Ryle, but he needs to be careful. Go throw the Searing Chains onto the Troll. He's going to be able to go just keep putting out that damage. Ghostly ladies making the rotation to the mid lane. They've just kind of changed up just a little bit. Lincoln's will get popped on the Troll again.
Troll still has his buyback too.
Just like that, they've gone, they've taken mid, they've taken bottom. They're going to try to take this top tower too. Exorcism's about to go down. They actually end up popping the Aeon Disc, and they'll use the fortification. They don't want to allow this to go into Mega Creeps just yet. This has bought them enough time now. Sven's going to be up in about 9 seconds. Lena's going to be up in about 11.
2 lanes of racks down. Team Serenity back out. They'll finally be able to get this shrine. There was a gem on the deck. I'm not sure when that dropped.
I think they bought one. I think PYW bought one a while ago, or one of the sides of the attack. We can actually check that. Whose gem is that?
Then
March.
Marches, okay.
This Moran ult is like, I mean, I know I keep saying it, it's just like if you can't really see the effect of it because we don't see Radiant's Fog of War. But if we've watched the last like 30 minutes, like if we rewatch the last 20 minutes of the game from Radiant's Fog of War, you'll like everyone will see how annoying it is for them to play. Like they can't make like it's so hard for them to team fight, and they're doing a decent job.
Dota knows how annoying it is.
I mean, some people don't. Like the hero hasn't been picked in a while, right?
shadows take us.
And the one thing is that Radiant's lineup can play versus Megas. It's not like they have Ember and they have Sven. They have pretty good heals of dealing with the Mega Creeps. The game is not over yet. And now he has the Octarine Core. Item I've waited all game for. Rhymes. Thank you.
All right, well, they're preparing. They know that a siege will be coming to them soon. Double damage drone looking real shiny there on PYW. I'm sure he would love to use that to take down some heroes right now. Have we passed the longest match now?
We're getting close.
And XCG took the 2-second
no,
Splinter Blast count.
It was 85, all right. All right, Ghost getting popped, held into place. Light Strike Array coming out. The Aeon Disc is going to get popped here. They're going to turn their attention now onto over Forev, and they've got the BKBs. These Ghosts are just tearing through the buildings right now, focused on the objectives. We'll use the Sheep Stick, and they go. They drop the Earth Splitter. Yules is going to come out. They've got a Silence now. They've got the Nullifier over onto the Troll, but that's Sun. They're just holding into place, taking a nap here as they jump right back in. They've got that Nullifier. They're going to try to just finish up. The Laguna comes through over onto Forev Troll. He's just standing still here. He's got that chance out, but he's going to get taken down. So much gold is going to. They'll be able to find the kill over onto the Death Prophet. She's coming back up again. She's going to need some help from the rest of her friends, though, but there's just so much damage. They take her down for 123 seconds. The Troll has bought back. PYW hoping that he can hide over here in the corner. He's going to have to go and TP.
The lines are drawn. The lines marches through. Push mid, push bottom. DP no buyouts.
Everybody go, 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 go. Look at this replay here. Laguna right over onto the troll. Things start to crumble.
It was a nice focus from J.Storm to take the troll down, and he hesitates on the buyback. They already lost heroes, so he wasn't going to be able to get in and do anything. J.Storm, they make the hold.
They don't have 4 of 1 shoe.
Wyvern does have buyback. Death Prophet's down, but she will have the Exorcism when she comes back up again.
The Ember and Sven are going to have buyouts now, which are really big. Marana does not. Marana will, actually. She'll have gold, and then DP won't. So, Troll won't. So right now, it's like, it's actually looking good for J.Storm. No joke. 4 does have a bot. They have 2 wagons here.
70 minutes in, J.Storm returning the favor to Team Serenity as they get onto the high ground. Moonlight Shadow comes out for the 3,000th time this game. He's the PYW just looking for one of these cheeky arrows potentially. They want to stall this out, don't force anything. They have to fight with this Death Prophet to feel comfortable. They do have 2 racks advantage at this point. The worst thing they could do is get chopped down on somebody that does not have a buyback right now.
Wyvern.
20 seconds.
They jump in, Moo onto the troll. That's going to be a BKB, but the curse will hold J.Storm in place for now. Now Shadow right back onto Moo. Moo's muted. He's deleted. And now Team Serenity are going to go ahead and chase on forward. That's the buyback from Sven. He's going to teleport back into the mid lane. Can Team Serenity do this? No, Troll's been taken down. J.Storm might be doing it right now. This is exactly kill that they needed to take. Death Prophet is back into the game. J.Storm, do they hang around and try to get something done? Death Prophet, Spirit Siphon onto Forev. They're going to chase forward. Silence there as well. Moo looking for his opening. What's going to be the play? A lot of damage coming. Raji's going to go down. Has a buyback for himself. PYW has to fight from the backlines. But the Searing Chains on a 2 is going to hold them into place. A light strike array from Fear to follow it up. J.Storm. They've gotten 3 down, but the buybacks come back. They're going to fight from their fountain right now. Are they going to get right onto the tier 4s? Yes, they will indeed. This is exactly what they need to do. J.Storm has held on, and this could potentially be it right here. They're fighting in a 5 vs 3. Brile stays alive, dodging at the last second. J.Storm in Game 5, 72 minutes in, force Team Serenity back, beat them down, and take Game 5 here. What an unbelievable performance from J.Storm to make the run and be crowned champions of WSOE 6. It looks like Serenity's destiny is to go home.
And a Dota. We're back, baby.
50 grand for J.Storm.
Oh my gosh, what an exciting match. That was a 72-minute match, game number 5. We saw these teams slug it out, and I gotta say, that was definitely worthy of just WSOE right here, right now.
That was hype. That was a really fun game to watch.
That was absolutely awesome. Exactly how you want to see it finished.
That was really